Hello guys, thank you once again for tuning into my channel. My name is Anthony, and I do thank you all for sparing a minute or two today just to watch this video. As we have been doing, we're still continuing with our leadership talks in the mini series that I just began a while back, and today's topic is quite interesting. I want to talk about the one word rule. Okay, there's something that I came up with that I call the one word rule. So it's not like my original idea, but it's just something that I work with that I call the one word rule. And so today I'd like to share what this one word rule is, and I hope that it makes sense to those of you that will tune in to watch my video today. So to those potential young leaders, prospective young leaders, and the leaders who are in a position of leadership and probably just needed to hear something to give you clarity on how you're leading a team, there's something that I call the one word rule. Okay, and the one word rule is a simple strategy that defines who you are as a person. Okay, I know that human beings are complex, human beings are complicated, human beings are very diverse. Of course, because of the nature of the human mind, it evolves every time you feed your mind with knowledge. So that's understandable. But every leader needs to be defined. Every leader needs to be remembered. Every leader needs to find your niche. Okay? Where do you fit in as a leader? Society is wide, society is large. There are a lot of things that society needs to be fixed. And so you as a leader who is coming to fix a certain thing in society, where do you fit in? What can be used to describe you as a leader? What motivates you as a person? What drives your passion? What makes you pursue leadership? Why do you have a burden for the people that you have a burden for? What about these people? What about this collective drives you, motivates you to want to stand up for leadership? Okay? What about you is different than the next person? Okay? What is that one thing that God gave you as a leader that we do not know about? What's that one thing that motivates you, that keeps you late in the night, that pushes you to become better each day? So all those things are describing you as a person. And I find it very important for leaders to find a way in which you can be defined. You know, I know sometimes it's very limiting to define yourself in one thing, but at the end of the day, you can summarize your ideology in one thing. That's what I call the one word rule. What's the one word that can define you as a leader? What's the one word that can define your leadership? What's the one word that can be used to define your type of leadership? If I were to ask you today, what's the one word that can best describe you as a person? So you need to get an understanding of the things that motivate you in life, the things that push you into leadership. What drives you? What irritates you about the state of things as they are currently, that you find the need to want to change them? Why do you think you'll do better. And if you were to become a leader, what is it that you would do different? So all these things just kind of describe your identity as a leader. And this is very important for you as a person. Even before you declare your interest publicly for leadership, you need to reconcile what you feel on the inside and what your calling demands of you. You need to reconcile it personally to you as a person. Okay? Some people, the one word that can describe them is transformative, others progressive, others excellent. So you have to find a brand, a tag that defines you, that corresponds to the values that you behold as a person. The one thing that can describe your ambitions, what you want to be remembered for, what you have the capacity to do as a young leader. What is your vision? What does your vision aim to do for a particular group of people? So all these things give you the assignment to go and investigate yourself deeper. Know yourself deeper. When you have done the groundwork, you have put in the work to know what exactly motivates you to pursue this leadership thing. Are you doing it because you have the passion for it? Are you doing it because your parent was a leader somewhere? Have you been forced into it? Are you doing it for personal gain? Do you do it because you actually have a passion for people? Are you doing it because you want to see better environment? You want to bring change to the community? Are you doing it because it is a burden that God has placed in you? So you have to ask yourself all these questions as a young prospective leader. Why am I doing what I am doing? What is driving me to pursue this course? And if there is no compensation, let's say there is no salary, will I be comfortable doing this thing without being paid for like a year? Is it something that I can do willingly without compensation? You see? And if there were no payment, would your attitude change towards that calling? Because at some point you have to be honest with yourself. I told you leadership is a calling, and there are seasons that it will become hard. Things will actually become hard, and you will have to dig deeper within you to find the energy to help you push for that season, to help you just wake up each day and recommit yourself to the cause and the purpose that God has given you. Because the people that you're representing, they don't have any other person who can do that. So you don't have the luxury of waking up and giving up. As much as, yes, you need to take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, take care of everything else that concerns your well-being, leadership is sacrificial. Leadership is servanthood. You are giving up your life to serve others, for the service of other people. So that demands a lot from you. Are you ready for that kind of sacrifice? Are you ready to be spending less time with your family for the sake of making society a better place? Are you ready to be judged for the wrong decisions when you make mistakes? Because leadership is unforgiving also. People will congratulate you when you make good decisions. They will cheer for you. But the moment you get it wrong, they will also be the ones castigating you. So When you weigh all these things in your mind, when you weigh your readiness to become a leader, before you can thrust yourself out into the public limelight, what comes to mind when you think of yourself as a leader? What comes to mind when we ask you, what do you want to be remembered for? What's your brand of leadership? How are you going to lead? Okay? When you have all these factors into consideration, do you think that you'll still have the same zeal to do that which you're called to do? So what's the one word that represents you as a young leader? When we look at you, what's the one statement that best reflects you, that best describes you as a leader? These are questions that you have to ask yourself, because if you ask yourself this and you have a conclusive answer, then it means you're ready for that leadership role. And therefore, what's the one word that you offer to society? What's that one thing that describes your general character, your general ambition, your general passion, your general assignment? Do you have that one word? Okay? So, it's more of a question that I will pose to you today. So just think about what I've asked you, think about what I've talked about, and ask yourself, what's that one word that can define you as a leader? Okay? If you find it, then well and good. You are ready for leadership. So thank you for taking the time, for sparing a minute or two just to listen to me. It's my hope that you'll ask yourself that question and hopefully you'll get an answer to it. So like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you for my next episode as usual. Cheers. God bless you.